The year was 1988. A rabbit walks into a bar. Not a joke, a revolution. One film that every studio said was impossible. A movie so technically insane that Disney executives panicked, budgets exploded, and animators demanded tools that literally didn't exist yet. But when it finally hit theaters, it didn't just succeed. It saved animation from extinction. This is the 10 countdown story of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and how breaking every rule in Hollywood created a miracle. Let's rewind to 1981.
Cut!
Number 10. The book nobody wanted to touch. Gary K. Wolfe writes a novel called Who Censored Roger Rabbit. It's not cute, it's not family-friendly, it's surreal, cynical, satirical. A world where cartoons are second-class citizens, pushed into the margins of society. Hollywood reads it and thinks, interesting idea, completely unfilmable. But one filmmaker disagrees, Robert Zemeckis. Before he becomes the Back to the Future guy, he's already obsessed with the idea. Animation and live action, truly interacting. Not composited, not faked, shared reality. A cartoon with weight, a human world with imagination. But there's a problem, Disney owns the rights, and they don't believe in animation anymore. By the mid-80s, Disney animation isn't magic, it's a liability. Their last big hit was The Rescuers in 1977. The house that built Mickey Mouse doesn't think cartoons sell. Executives look at the pitch and say, $30 million for a cartoon? Absolutely not. They see the danger. They don't see the vision. Zemeckis does.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Number 9. The Miracle Contract. Zemeckis refuses to let the idea die. He says, give me full control, no shortcuts, no compromises, and I'll give you something the world has never seen. So, Disney calls in Steven Spielberg. Spielberg walks into Hollywood's rival studios and does the impossible. He gets Warner Brothers to say yes. The rules are legendary. Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny must share equal screen time. Donald and Daffy must be equals. No toon, Disney or Warner, can appear weaker than the other. Let's pause on that. Walt Disney and Warner Brothers are cartoon gladiators for decades. Agreeing to play fair? That's not a contract. That's a miracle. It's never happened before. And it will never happen again. But characters alone don't make a movie. You need artists. And Disney doesn't have enough of them.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Number 8. Resurrecting the Dead. It's 1986. Traditional animation isn't just dying, it's being shut down. The old animation building is quiet, desks empty, cameras collecting dust, techniques fading with the artists who invented them. So Disney does something desperate and brilliant. They go global. They recruit animators from London, Toronto, LA. Anyone still crazy enough to believe in hand-drawn magic. Then they hire one man who refuses to compromise, Richard Williams, the animator behind The Thief and The Cobbler, a perfectionist so intense he once made an artist redo a walk cycle 300 times. Williams' only condition, we do this my way. No shortcuts. Absolute quality. Disney agrees. They rebuild old equipment. They resurrect forgotten methods. They bring back retired masters to teach young artists how to paint light, shadow, and reality by hand. This isn't just pre-production. This is the resurrection of an art form. And now they have to film.
Tunes gets them every time.
Number 7. Acting with nothing. Bob Hoskins gets the script. He realizes something horrifying. He will spend months acting opposite characters who do not exist. No puppets, no stand-ins. Just chalk marks, tennis balls, and imagination. So he trains like a madman, mime lessons, silent era acting drills, rehearsals staring into empty space for hours. He studies Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, physical timing, eye focus, invisible weight. For 6 months he talks to no one, because no one is there. His daughter later says she thought he was losing his mind. And Hoskins himself admitted, I had hallucinations. I'd see rabbits and weasels everywhere I went. Hollywood calls it insanity. We call it commitment. Because when audiences saw Eddie Valiant suffering through a world of tunes, they believed. Not because of animation, but because Bob Hoskins believed first.
My problem is I got a 50-year-old lust and a 3-year-old dinky.
Number 6. The technical insanity. Now comes the impossible part. Merging two worlds that were never meant to coexist. No CGI, no digital characters. If Roger lifts a glass, animators draw the reflection on the glass. The shadow under his hand, the light bending through the liquid, the weight of the object affecting his movement, every frame, hand-drawn, every shadow, painted. Every reflection calculated. They shoot live action first like a gritty 1940s noir film. Then animators spend months drawing reality back on top. This isn't editing, this is surgery. Puppeteers hide under tables pulling strings. Smoke machines fire at exact cartoon timing. Motion control rigs sync camera moves to animation passes. Every second of footage means hours of labor, and every mistake means starting over. Hollywood has never worked this way. Hollywood will never work this way again. Number 5, the villain who wasn't a cartoon. Then comes Judge Doom. Christopher Lloyd plays him like he knows something we don't. He never blinks, not once. He glides instead of walks. He speaks like a human trying to sound human, and failing. He's not just a villain, he's a warning. Beneath the cloak and cartoon logic, Doom represents every executive who thinks art should be efficient. Every corporation trying to pave over imagination. His plan? Erase Toontown, replace wonder with a freeway. It's the most boring evil imaginable, and that's why it's terrifying. Because in real life, imagination rarely dies with a bang. It dies with a business proposal.
Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked. Yes! Wait!
Number 4, the impossible shoot. Filming begins, chaos follows. Live action in Los Angeles, animation in London, film canisters flying across the Atlantic. A single timing mistake? Restart the shot, redraw the sequence, spend another week. One gag, Eddie shaking Roger out of a sink, takes months. Budgets blow past projections. Executives panic. Industry journalists whisper, this movie is going to end the studio. But Zemeckis never compromises. Not once. He doesn't blink. He doesn't budge. He simply says, we finish this right, or we don't finish at all. Number 3, no cheating allowed. Other directors would say, it's just animation. Fake it. Zemeckis refuses. His rule, if you wouldn't believe it in live action, don't do it here. That means the characters obey real physics. Shadows fall correctly. Light interacts with fur and fabric. No cartoon shortcuts. He forces animation to obey reality. So audiences forget what's real and what isn't. They don't see a rabbit drawn into the frame. They see a rabbit living in the frame. Number 2, the $50 to $70 million gamble. The budget erupts far beyond early estimates. Some trade reporters claim $70 million. Studio ledgers later reflect around $50 million. It doesn't matter. At the time, it becomes the most expensive animated project ever attempted. Disney executives hold their breath. If this fails, Disney isn't just embarrassed. It could collapse its animation division for good. June 22, 1988. The lights go down. The projector rolls. Hollywood braces for disaster.
I bought the red car so I could dismantle it.
Number 1, it saved animation. Instead, a miracle. Critics are stunned. Audiences roar. The box office explodes. Over $300 million worldwide. 4 Academy Awards. Standing ovations. Industry panic turns to awe. Suddenly, animation isn't old-fashioned. It's the future. Disney turns around and funds The Little Mermaid, and suddenly the dominoes fall. Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin, The Lion King. Pixar rises. The Renaissance begins. Because one movie proved cartoons weren't kids' toys. They were cinema. They said it couldn't be done. Too expensive, too technical, too insane. And maybe that's exactly why it worked. Because Who Framed Roger Rabbit wasn't just a movie, it was a statement. That artists who refuse to compromise create the impossible. That breaking every rule can sometimes rewrite them. And that once, in 1988, a rabbit in a red bow tie reminded Hollywood what happens when you dare to believe in magic. If you love this story of cinematic courage, hit that like button and subscribe. Because some stories deserve to be remembered. And the impossible ones? Those deserve to be celebrated.